welcome to FitZest. At first, I thought of introducing you guys to my hobby, that is cycling. But due to the unfavorable situation that is around the world these days, I thought why not introduce you to some other activity that you can do while staying in your home or even indoors. Now, this activity, believe me when I tell you, is simply great to stay in shape and be fit. Yes, that's right. It's nothing but jump rope. Now, forgive the background music that is coming from a nearby temple. Actually, gives a good ambience to work out in the evening while listening to some devotional songs. But I hope you can hear what I'm saying despite the background sound there. So, yes, I was talking about jump ring rope. So, so if you Google it up, you can find that 10 minutes of this, that is jump rope, is equivalent to around 20 or 30 minutes of jogging and some 40 minutes of other floor based body weight workouts. So it's really good for your body. It's a whole body workout. But before diving into that and going all out of whipping these ropes, let's set our foundation right. So something basic that must be set right before moving all into jumping rope. So first of all, let's check what are all the equipments you need. Now, I can assure you that this is by far the cheapest and most affordable exercise equipment or tool that you can buy out there from the market. So any basic jump rope will cost you around maybe 100 or 200 Indian rupee. So it's that cheap. But for the price you pay, it's worth all the money that you are going to spend on this. So coming back to basic. So you will need a jump rope, and believe me, there are some cons to jumping rope because it's a impact workout. I won't say that's a very high impact workout like jogging or running, but still it has got impact. It's got more impact compared to your swimming or cycling. So you must take care of your body first. So first of all, as you can see, avoid these surfaces as much as you can. Avoid concrete surfaces because when you jump on these unforgiving surfaces, shin splints are a real nightmare. Believe me, I've been there and I have experienced my share of that stinging pain in my shins. So it's better to avoid concrete floors unless your shins are conditioned and you have been doing such workouts for some time now. If you have no other option, then better get a mat, something like that. And always try to wear some good quality shoes while jumping rope. So that's said and done. Next is the rope length. Most of the rope that you get in market are adjustable in length. So you'll have to check the mechanism that sets the length for you. And then you have to set the length right. So there is no one particular accurate solution for this, but usually you take your jump rope, step on the middle, and extend it up. And while doing so, excluding your handles, that is, without considering the handle, the rope must reach your bottom of your chest. So that would be a good beginner's length for jumping rope. And next comes the technique. You might see many of them just swinging their arms and wildly, and also jumping too high off the ground, bending their knees. All this will, do more harm than good. So ideally, you must keep your elbows tucked in this way, a little bit behind your body, and your wrists at the height of your hips, and you do not swing or you do not rotate the ropes involving your shoulders. You must do it with just the flick of your wrists, and you may involve a little bit of your forearms while rotating the rope. So that is the way. And then you must not land on the heels or your entire foot as such. You must be jumping and landing on the balls of your feet this way. Your heels won't be touching the ground, and you will not also be jumping too high off the ground. You'll be jumping maybe around an inch and a half or two off the ground. So that said, so your typical action comes something like this. So from the side it will be this way. So this is the action we need. And then again, we must get the basic bounce right before moving into all the tricks and fancy moves with the rope. So let's start with basic jump. So basic jump, as the name says, it's nothing but jumping with both your legs off the ground, an inch or so off the ground, your knees flexible, and rotating the rope while doing so. Now the beginning of your workout. Many of us tend to begin jumping rope by stepping over the rope or bringing the rope behind your body and then swinging it forward. And as the rope comes forward, you will be jumping so that you can continue the rotations. So that is one way of starting the jump. But what happens sometimes is, if the rope is quite heavy, or maybe if the length is not set right, or maybe whatever reason, the rope won't be able to gather enough momentum to continue rotating in the tempo that you are comfortable with. So what I prefer to do is do a couple of side swings, that is, rotating your ropes while holding the handles to either side of your body this way. Now when the rope gathers enough momentum, you can just open your arms out to get over the rope. Now I find it a better way to start jumping. Of course, in the beginning it may feel a little bit awkward, but once you get used to the movement, then you would prefer this method over bringing the rope from behind your body. Now before moving to other fancy tricks, we must get the basic bounce correct. So make sure that you can do at least 100 basic jumps with proper form, that is this way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now once you are comfortable with it, you can go with a box of steps, quick skip, sprint, crisscross, side swings, cross steps, so on. But before moving to those, yes, of course, master the basic bounce. Now, if you trip in between, don't worry, you can always start again. So, try to build up to around 3 to 4 sets of 100 bounce. Then we can try to incorporate other tricks into our workout routine. Now, you can always adjust the speed to increase the intensity. You can either do a slow jump or maybe a real high intensity fast jumping. So try to get that workout and feel the burn in your body. You have to sweat it out and squeeze out all those calories in order to stay fit and healthy. But last but not the least, always listen to your body. If you start feeling any pain in your shins or knees or lower back, stop the activity for time being. Get yourself checked by a professional. Get some professional advice about going further in it. So I hope you will adopt this in your workouts. So until next time, ciao.